Okay, so we've entered the world of the US in Hall 3 at Paris Airshow on the third day, and we are on the stand of Metal Finishing Company, and I'm joined by Ed Ball, who is the Vice President of Sales and Marketing. Ed, thanks for inviting us onto your stand.
Appreciate it.
Have a quick chat. How's the show been for you? Been busy?
Been great. It's been very busy.
Yeah.
A lot of new contacts, a lot of meeting with existing customers. It's been a great show for us.
It feels like it's been busy, and we're in the third day now, and there's a couple of days left. So to maintain that busyness over 3 days is quite impressive.
It has.
Yeah.
It has. It's been a very good show.
Yeah. So look, Metal Finishing Company, they sort of the clue is in the name. In the name. What do you do? You finish metal, I guess.
So what we do is we're a finishing house. We're actually the largest in North America. We were established in 1940, family-owned company.
Yeah.
But we have 600 employees now. We do everything under one roof. That's really our claim to fame, is that we're the only finishing house that does the chemical processing, plating, non-destructive testing, and also heat treatment under one roof.
Okay.
And so what that allows the customer to do is to be able to send the parts to one company and get all these processes done. Typically, in the past, they've had to send it to multiple companies, sometimes 3 and 4.
Okay, because everyone's got a different speciality.
Correct.
So a particular part has to go somewhere else, which is hugely complicated. It's complicated enough in running an airline. So, who are your customers then? They're the manufacturers, the OEMs, or mixture?
Well, we have customers all over the world because of our diverse specifications that we're approved for. Boeing, of course, since we're in the U.S. We do a lot of work with Safran. We do work with Airbus. We do work for Starlink, in particular, a division of SpaceX. So all the major OEMs, our ownership has said to me in the past, if there's something in the air, then we've at one time had something to do with it.
Yeah.
So.
Just that, we guess we've covered up quite a lot of technical detail, but for those who aren't experts in metal finishing, what does it actually entail? What's the technology that you?
So basically, what we do is we take parts that are machined by either the OEM or could be a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3.
Yeah.
And we bring those parts into metal finishing, and we do a non-destructive testing. Typically, is the first step to make sure there's no flaws in the material or the part.
Yeah.
And then we do a non-corrosive coating. On aluminums, it's typically anodized or chemical conversion, whereas on harder metals, you're looking at cadmium plate, zinc, nickel, things of that nature.
Yeah.
And then we go into masking and prime and paint.
Yeah. So you're taking these parts, you're making them robust, and they're resilient, really, so they last as long as they should be lasting on an aircraft.
Yeah, and basically they go back and they go into an assembly.
Yeah.
And then ends up on an aircraft.
And in terms of the kind of parts that you deal with, is it literally anything that's metal?
Yeah, we do. We also do a lot of composite work. We do a lot of ultrasonic inspection on composites. Some of the parts that we do that are very unique. We do a 68-foot stringer that goes inside the fuselage of the 737. We also do the ultrasonic inspection on the cockpit floor of the 787, which is 18 foot tall by 10 foot wide.
Yeah.
So diverse all the way across.
So things are never stable, static in this industry. There's always new technologies coming along. And what's new in your world? I mean, this process isn't new, I'm sure. It's been going on for a long time, but there's always something pushing you to advance things. What's going on?
The OEMs come up with different things. I recall that everything was chromic acid anodized. Now that we're trying to get the chromates out of the environment and off the aircrafts, they've gone to a boric sulfuric anodized. Cadmium, now they're trying to switch to a zinc nickel plating to get rid of the chromates and those types of parts.
Yeah,
so,
I guess things that are pushing this are things like sustainability. So it's all about being lightweight as possible. So any weight you can take off, but also the pollution side of it.
Lightweight is one thing, but I think what's really pushing our industry more than anything is the wanting to get more green, more environmentally friendly.
Yeah.
So that's why the specifications are changing to the greener type process.
We've talked here about aircraft recycling end of life. So anything you do during its life, if that hampers the ability to recycle,
True.
People are looking at that now and saying we can't have that anymore. So
You're
it's fine
exactly
processes, yeah. So that affects what you guys.
It does. It does.
Yeah. How are you finding? Well, one of the big issues we've been talking about this week is people and getting the right people, like numbers of people. You said you got 600.
Yes.
A lot of people's employed, but you're not one of the bigger employers.
Yeah.
That's still quite a lot of people. Do you find finding human resources where you're based a challenge, or
they are a challenge? Yes. Yeah. To be truthful, we actually started an apprentice program in our facility to train aerospace painters.
Yeah.
There's a shortage of skilled labor. So we looked at it and kind of figured out we're not going to find that skilled labor, so let's create it.
Yeah, yeah.
So we worked with the state of Kansas to create an apprentice program where they'll get a certificate after their year of training that says that they are certified aerospace painters. So.
Yeah. And you're going into the local universities and schools, even
university. I had a meeting with Wichita State Technical School, the president, while I was here. So we're moving forward with that.
Yeah.
Working with the Mayor Wu in Wichita. And so it's going well.
So as I said when we started, we're in the US area, you're actually on the Kansas stand.
Yes,
Kansas
we are.
Banner above us. But actually, while you're here, you're going to meet people from all over the world. You said you're going to see the European cluster as well.
Correct,
So what being here this week, what does that do for you as a company just to have a very intense 3 or 4 or 5 days of meetings? What do you take away from this week?
Well, what we're, it gives us an opportunity to meet with, numerous people in one day instead of spending 3 days traveling back and forth to try to meet someone. We're actually going to travel to Italy after the show and meet with Leonardo, who we've never had a chance to meet with.
Okay.
We've met with a couple companies here that we've never had a chance to meet with. So that's very beneficial.
Yes. There's a bit of business done while you're here. So
a little bit.
It's always good. A bit of sightseeing while you're here as well.
Yeah, a little sightseeing, a little, we are doing some business. So
of course. I'm going about as a tan, and my wife's going to think I've been doing no business whatsoever. It's been so beautiful. Look, that's great. Our time was sort of up there. That was a really nice chat to you. I've also got to say thanks very much because one of your colleagues brought these shirts over from the States for us. So
that would be
massive thanks to Renee. He's over there. So.
He's our director of Mexico operations for our facility in Chihuahua City, Mexico.
And a great courier for branded shirts as well. If everyone needs courier. So
you did a good job.
Thanks for turning to us. Good to see you.